I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All Complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to CTA's Daily Review. Today is March 11, Monday, 2024. Hope you had a good weekend here. So from the last video we made on Thursday, I said we would kind of like retrace back down slowly and then pop up. So what they decided to do is obviously take out the high, right? The all-time highs, and then they reversed hard. That was NFP, so I decided to stay out of the market and missed a great sell all the way down here, but that's okay. No big deal. Trading's every day. But today is going to be it's Monday, number one. Number two, we have CPI tomorrow. Number three, they're just engineering liquidity on both sides. So where do we go from here? Well, I'm going to show you from my day, starting here. Well, let me show you where we are now. So you can see here that we came down and we rated the last 2-day lows, right? So that low right there and that low right there, right? And we got a little bit deeper into this demand area. If I scrunch this out, so to speak, here, how do I do that? Like this. You can see here that when we dipped down at 9:30, obviously taking out that low, we came into these last, just a 15-minute, so these last 3 down candles, definitely didn't reach that last down candle, but this up candle, this March 5th, 2 p.m. This up candle right here was holding as support. So the ideas that I had today were, there's too many of them, to be honest. So I had to play it smooth. Now I did trade the range like the way I would normally do with US 30 in the past, which means taking out liquidity, take the direction, reversal. Take out liquidity again, take the reversal. Take liquidity again, take the reversal, right? So opening ranges here, and there's a lot to talk about here, but let me try to make this simple. As I'm waking up here at 9:30, or being ready at 9:30, and we've already got these clean highs here. So obviously, number one is to raid liquidity and then buy back up above that, right? But you might not get that today because, again, CPI is tomorrow, so they're engineering liquidity on both sides. So that was the part that sucked. Number two, you have this so you got 2 bearish days. You look at the previous 2 bullish days. Look at the previous 2 bearish days. Look at the previous 2 bullish days. Consolidation. Look at this, 2 bullish days. Look at this, 2 bearish days. Look at this, 2 bullish days. Look at this, 2 bearish days. Here, very similar. So because of that problem, it doesn't look like the main target that I wanted was going to pan out. So yes, could it have kept going down? Yeah, but at the same time, we've already took out that range. So in this range, I'm talking about from here to here, because we made from this higher low, we didn't take that out. From this higher low to this higher high is the range you're in, and we did take out that low. So can it buy here? The reason, I'm going to be all over the place a little bit, but just pay attention. The reason why this could buy is because obviously all the people who are selling from Friday, right? That's number one. Number two, we're in a season of historical data where we're supposed to be buying right now. So I was saying, if you watch Thursday's video, I was like, the following week, which would be between the 10th and the 12th, which is right now. If you separate the month within 3 sections, you got the 1st to the 10th, then you got the 10th to the 20th, and then the 20th to the 30th, right? So that's how I break it down on the chart, and I look down at the historical data. Well, it shows that between the 10th and the 12th, when the 10th starts, you get the pullback, which I'm assuming this might be it, and then you start buying up more, right? So because of all these situations, this is tough. Now, this is bearish activity also, because if you see here, this day right here is very similar to this. See this? Not in the same context of here, but as far as retracing back, look at the bearishness. We caught this shit too. This was news, and then it pushed it down, and then the following day just constantly bought. So in this same frame, this is pretty low for it to reverse, and it's also, it also can blow through. Like I said, you have to understand that, right? But what I'm doing, day trading, obviously, take a look. Let me show you the trades. So for example, 9:30 comes, all right? We got the opening range established right there, right? And we push down. I'm assuming that they're already going to take liquidity. Look at these equal lows here, almost damn near. Built liquidity there. I didn't even catch this sell, which was it was a nice sell, but I needed to let it breathe, and it's Monday. So let the first move happen. Pushes down. All right. So once we get down here, I'm on an oversold, and we have now. I believe we took out the previous this low right here, right, which was Friday. No, Thursday. So, anyways, that being the case, prices. Look at this. All this movement here. Once this candle dipped in here, and by the time it pushed up, this is when I pushed the button. I don't like my entry, but I know where I'm going. I want to take out this liquidity from the 9:30. It's pretty much going to be a shakeout day, right? So that being the case, what do we do? We shoot all the way up. I reduce my risk as it's going up. So, yeah. Anyways, so once we get up in here, now we've hit 25% of this range. I know it's a shakeout day, and I'm not I'm not holding for this or anything. I know we're going to be shaken out. So this is one trade, right? And I was telling you about the sequence. This is this first sell, then the second trade buy. So sell, buy. So once this comes up, what do I look for? I'm looking for another sell, because not only did everybody get in here, right, but at the same time they want to shake out anyone who was buying here. And this is the sequence, which let me show it to you this way. So for example, I know you might think this is crazy, but I'm the creator of the sequence. So for example, sell, okay, then buy, then sell, then buy, then sell, then buy, then sell, right? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I won't count all this. 6, 7 for now. You can count some of these moves, but in general, this is the gist of it. Not only consolidating because it's a Monday, but shaking out people. And engineering liquidity on both sides. So I've traded this a million times. I know exactly how this looks like. So I'm not afraid. I have no fear when I do these trades. So, okay, this trade's taken out. How do you know it's taken out? Because I take a sell. When we pop up here, we're getting rejections here. We've got into here, and this high hits that gap. All right, so that's the key factor for me selling this, by the way. So what do? We get another gap right here. See this gap right here? I put a limit order right there because it's going to be drawn to like a magnet, right? So price comes down. I'm not looking at this as another buy. I'm looking at this as them coming back up to get into to get to that gap and then come back down to take out that low. What did we get? You'll see here. Boom. I got filled in to the tick. All right. And I'm so glad. I used to put my limit order in a situation like this a little bit higher, and I would miss it all the time. But I put it right at the open of this candle, and I got filled. Thank God I got filled. But because I could have not got filled. But it did poke over a little bit, and then boom, started rushing down. And you can see here I'm holding this. I want this to come down and retrace and hold this as resistance. Now this inversion imbalance on this gap right here gets held through the whole day because I know that we're going to be up and down from this. Anyway, so come down, we take out liquidity here. And then now we're in this scenario that I just mentioned earlier. So I'm looking for another buy. So take a look here. Watch it. So I can't make this shit up. So price comes down. I'm already out. Then we raid one more time. You want it to raid. Like for example, when this low made this low and then it came back down again, it raided. See that it raided that low? So you're trying to push the button too early, you're going to get stopped out. So price comes down. Same story here. Now, this I take a loss on because of the fact that this candle, this next candle, this pushes down one more time and it pushes up. So I'm like, okay, that's a raid. It's not like a great raid, but it is a raid. And I know we're going to come back up for this area, right? So anyways, I end up taking a loss here. No problem. Comes back down and raids one more time. So when it raids one more time here, and I know where I am all the way to the left here, which is that candle I was telling you about, that you can't see it on this time frame. Here, I was telling you about you gotta zoom out like majorly. When I was talking about this candle right here, again, 2 p.m. March 5th, Tuesday. All right, that up candle. So we're staying, we already tapped it and we're in there. So to me, this is a support area, for example, right? So that being said, where am I at? Right here. So I get I get filled at a beautiful spot. Now this entry is, this took me years to be able to do. I could only be able to do this on a 30-second and a 1 minute. But I know that we're buying back, and it's early in the day. It's 10 o'clock. So the point of all this is that I know how to maneuver quickly when it's moving fast. But does this look like I'm promoting over trading? No. Does it promote trying to catch every single move? No, only because that I understand the way they move, and they're gonna confuse this shit out of you, right? So I have no fear catching these trades whatsoever. So because of that, we took that. I got an amazing entry. Price took off. Where am I going with this? As you already know. And look, we start to get the higher lows there. Look, see how we came? I got filled right there. So price came all the way down. Yeah, I got my stop loss here first. All right. So price comes down and it gets into that wick, taps that wick. Exactly. See that? So this is the last resort. If I lost it, I lost it. I'm not worried about it, but I'm holding for this area. So what does it do? Doesn't take me out. Pops up, shift again, higher lows. That's exactly what I want to see. I'm on an oversold area a little bit. I'm not really relying on this, but just to show you the direction. Then we get a push up here, and then we retrace all the way back. I'm not worried about this retrace. I know where we are in. We are sitting in an imbalance right there, and also this inversion imbalance. I expect price to hold. So it pops up again. We got that gap. I didn't mention this gap. There's a lot to talk about, but there's also this gap here. So when the price moves up, it retraces back into that inversion imbalance. It's holding higher lows, and then now you've got built liquidity right there. Now, I do outline this, but it doesn't mean I have to hold this because I already know the demo. They're not going to give it to you today. So most likely we'll probably get that tomorrow for CPI. So, but this was the minimum idea and getting into here. And sure enough, what do? We pop up and we get a little bit higher too. We do a double top right here. And that became a sell down, but which was also a nice sell. But this was an amazing trade. And then when this is gone, then obviously I'm putting it in break even. So other than that, beautiful, beautiful fucking day. One of my biggest days today. And then you can see here, looking like where we are. As you can see later in the day, that's why I've got it dragged out. You can see that it's holding as support. We even held it at the last part of the day. So now we're sitting here. And I put a question mark, shift. Is this the shift? All right. So like I've made plenty of videos where if you look at the 1 hour, these 3 down candles, they're in control, right? So you can retrace, is this the lower high? Well, we go above and we sweep that high right there. This can still be the lower high. But see, this is the reason why I'm calling this maybe a shift, because we're all the way down here, right? Now you would think, oh yeah, you mean all the way down here would be reasonable more. Well, yeah, but this could be support and this can hold. So the objective is to probably wipe out sellers. And again, with the historical data, it shows that we're supposed to be buying right now. So again, I don't know. With CPI tomorrow, this thing can take both sides of the market. But in general, we come back down, we get back into this inversion imbalance, these 2 candles here, and then it holds as support. And then this was a nice buy. So what does it do? So I take the screenshot right here, right? But we pop up, we get it, we tag this 50% area a couple times. This one did not precisely, but the idea is we've pretty much sealed half of it. Then they came down to do what? So long story short, when this price is coming down, it's wiping out buyers right here, right? And their goal was to get to that low. See this low right here? So we've already tagged that right when we opened at 930 down. All right, the reason why they came up is because they're wiping out sellers, because people could have pushed sell here and wiped them out, right? So then engineer liquidity as well. And then what's the purpose of this sell? Well, they're wiping out the buyers here. I bought from here, so why wouldn't they wipe me out, right? Same idea. And I didn't push sell here. Now I thought about it. I was like, yeah, but I'm like, no, let this thing upset somebody, right? And that's the goal. And this is a speaker here also. You could see that so I call this ranging out, but this is also a speaker. You could put imaginary trend line here, imaginary trend line there, right? So we've already accomplished the downside of this speaker. What's the other objective is the top side, right? I can try to go to a 5 minute, man, but you can see here that yes, this is a speaker here, but you can also see that we have a speaker potentially right here where this is higher highs and these are lower lows, and we've completed the bottom side, and Asia and London pushing it down for New York. But now the top side would be completing this speaker model, for example, right? And as you can see, it looks like we're still going up, right? But I don't want to be involved. Choppy, the rest of the day sucked, but the logic is that. So, if you put a question mark here, damn, I make these videos way too long, bro. This is the logic of what I'm talking about. And I've been trading this for a very long time. So, this is kind of like what I'm talking about right here, right? So the idea would be to come up here, wipe out the opening range gap. There's a gap there too. With that liquidity, look at this, too equal there. It's too easy. We've already did the bottom side. So this would have been a nice position to hold, even possibly for the rest of the month. This could be the low of the month, actually. Well, maybe not the low of the month, no. But this was a nice deep retracement to be the next position of the month, right? Yeah. So this is the low of the month right there. This is the next second higher low of the month right there, right? So but where do we go from here? I don't know. But I'm just framing this logic here. I'll even leave that there. But let me see. Is there anything else I wanted to mention? There's so much shit to talk about. But yeah, you could see here that support here bounced up, squeezing people out. Now, again, these trades that I've showed you are not hard to take, but you have to be. I have no fear. I've already pushed that to the side a long time ago, right? So I understand. I'm rolling with direction and understanding. You can see the speaker here very clear too. And then when we got here, we're constantly holding as support. See that? Then they pop up here, wipe out that liquidity, and then retrace back down. So nothing else left to say here, but take a look here let's take a look at the other assets real quick. I mean, I know, and trust me, man, you're crazy for trying to buy here, but I understand the logic. And look, they can save this for CPI, so I wasn't worried about it. Now, let's take a look at the high, and the contract is expiring also. Actually, it hasn't expired yet. Friday will be the last day, but I'll probably switch over. You want to switch over to the next quarter, but this is still fine. And you probably want to switch like Thursday, whatever. But as you see, still higher lows here, right? So this is a retrace back, and that's the purpose of the buy there. See that? So there's no way to make this short. So when I mean ranging out, it's ranging out finale, right? Oh, look at that. They hit a gap to the head. Jesus. That was easy for ES. And then this is the idea to pop up and start wiping out all the sellers here on the sell side of this curve, and then start higher lows, higher highs on the buy side, right? But let's take a look at Dow real quick. And why is this time frame like this? This is backwards. Very similar story there. So the big question is, do we wake up in Asia and London, push it down, and then CPI pushes it and then Tuesday is the low. That's why I was thinking of the buy to hold it, because Monday could be the low of the week, right? So Tuesday could come down. Does it wipe this out? That's what everybody wants to know. There's a lot of shit down here that could be wiped out, right? But we're in a bullish season coming, and we've already been majorly bullish. So that's the part that's wild. So wiping this out makes sense, but at the same time, CPI is going to have to be the one to do it and then pull back up. I don't think we're consistently bearish. I think we're still bullish, but does CPI take out these lows is the question. And that's kind of where I'm sitting at this point. And then look at this. This is to show you there's no liquidity in this market. Look at Dow. You people need, I know all of you were supposed to be Dow traders, and that's how you started following this channel, because I was a Dow trader, but I quit a long time ago now. And if you see all these gaps right here, Jesus Christ, this is to let you know that there's no one trading this. There's no liquidity in it. It's the old man now. Does it have moves? Yeah, but why would you want to trade this? Look how many gaps they have, right? So, dude, that's wild. I haven't seen this before ever. Look at that. You don't want to trade Dow. And the people who stopped watching my videos, because I know I went from like having a lot of views, and then it dropped down dramatically, and it happened when I started trading NAS. But like I was telling you people, yo, you need to quit trading Dow. And here's a prime example of why you should be stop trading Dow. So anyways, yeah, man, just keeping it real with you. But yeah, I still think we're bullish. Dollar came down. Now see, here's dollar. Dollar did finally get to that gap. They don't have a body yet, but they did wipe it out. And then they had this gap right here too. I didn't mention this gap. And yes, there's a previous week gap, but this is a candle gap that's current. So they fell pretty well. And can dollar rebound a little bit? Possibly. If they rebound and come up here, that's just us CPI coming down to wipe out that liquidity that we've discussed. If CPI pushes up and then pushes dollar more down, then that's, I'm assuming, going to push us more up, right? So that being the case, that's the magic question. Is this the reversal here? Is this reversal the low here? So we don't know. But if I had to draw it out for you, which I know I made this video fucking way too long. So these are the ideas. If we're going bearish, I would assume something like this, right? That's option 1 for being bearish. Option 2 for being bearish, obviously, something like this. Okay, that's bearish. Bullish, we never break that low, and we literally just go up. That's option 1. Option 2 for being bullish would be CPI magically comes and takes this low. Maybe doesn't even take that low, but hey, let's just say that. Let's just say Asia and London kind of pushed it down already, and then we go up, right? So that's it. I mean, there's no another thing else to talk about, but I think this low is going to get protected. I think they're going to dangle this carrot, man. So I hope this helps you guys. Take care, and God bless.